Hello everybody, and today I'm going to be making a video about the times leading up to the Stonewall Riots for gay people in the United States. In order to do this, I'm going to start our story right about World War II. That's when things really started changing for many gay people in the United States. In order to kind of set the scene, I kind of need to explain how homosexuality was viewed up to this point. Homosexuality was generally considered to be a disease, a mental illness, which needed to be treated or cured, or it was just considered to be a sexual perversion. World War II marked a time of great change for America. Our whole family unit got switched as so many Americans were sent overseas, so many American men were sent overseas in order to fight. Because of this, women were given a lot more freedom to be able to go out and get jobs, and all these things that we've heard about in history class. One of the things less often addressed is how that gave freedom to gay men and women. Because of the amount of freedom, gay men were able to meet up and hang out with only gay men in these army reserves, boot camps and things, and faced relatively little consequences. Gay women also had a lot more freedom in order to be able to get jobs and be seen hanging out with other women. There are many fascinating stories about that. You can check it out for more information. Upon the soldiers' return from World War II, the social climate started to change back to similar to the way it was, the whole idea of the 50s and the uprising of this moral movement. And then the biggest change for these homosexuals that had recently started being able to live themselves was McCarthyism. McCarthyism brought about an age of trying to be sure to fit the mold. You didn't want to be different. You didn't want to, test any of the boundaries that you had been given. As many of us know about McCarthyism, a lot of people were under suspect for communism, and these people would be brought to trial. One of the reasons you could be brought to trial was suspected homosexual conduct. This meant that if anyone suspected you were gay or had any reason to believe that, you could be arrested. This political climate lasted for a very long time, going into the 1960s and 70s. One of the largest issues facing homosexuals during the 1960s, 50s and 1960s was the issues with the police. Homosexuality was considered illegal, as well as cross-dressing and those things of that nature. So people would try and meet up at gay bars in order to meet other gay people. This also meant that police could figure out where to find them. Most gay bars were run by the mafia, who would open up a bar, get the word out. Eventually, that bar would be raided by the police. They would have to close down, and the mafia would open up another bar. One of the biggest complaints of gay people at this time was the idea of entrapment. So basically, someone would go to a gay bar, and in theory, you're there to kind of meet other gay people and maybe get some sex. What police officers would often do would be dress up as a homosexual and go into these bars and kind of coerce people into verbally saying that they wanted to have sex. And then you would be arrested for soliciting homosexual conduct, etc. Some of these stories go as far as having police officers pull their penis out of their pants and, explaining like, oh, do you want to you want to suck this? And, if a person responded in any way other than, no, they would be arrested. Another point of legal issues at this time was the issue of cross-dressing. Legally speaking, a person could not go outside wearing the clothing of the opposite sex. Some strides were made when lawmakers changed the law slightly to that it would be legal to wear whatever you wanted as long as you were wearing at least 3 items of clothing identifying you as the sex you were born as. This idea of entrapment and, having to face the law as well as face the same sort of societal issues that are still very present today created the atmosphere that led to the Stonewall Riots. Police would regularly, if they got bored on a Saturday night, would go and raid these gay bars and make lots of arrests. The names of the people arrested would be published in the newspaper under with their crimes listed, so listing them as homosexuals. This became this climate of publicly outing people. So, for example, if you were in a gay bar, but you didn't, most people, of course, didn't tell their parents at that time, if they read the newspaper and saw that you were arrested, you just got outed to your parents as well. The overall frustration that these people felt at this time built up together to create the kind of environment that would be necessary to lead towards the actions that were taken on the night of the Stonewall Riots. If you have any questions, feel free to ask me, and I will come out soon with the next installment kind of explaining the events of the actual Stonewall Riots on the night that they occurred. I love you all. Bye.